Hello, my name is Himanshu Patel, and today let's talk about how America's imperial grew up and how US became a global power. Let me take you back to the late 19th century when America's rise as an imperial power looked a lot like European empire and imperialism because both used the same idea of civilizing supposedly less advanced nation, something Eric Foner explains in Give Me Liberty when he describes how Americans believed that they had a duty to uplift, educate, and modernize other peoples. Both the US and European empires used military power and wars to expand influence and territory. President McKinley's 1903 gives an explanation for taking the Philippines. Philippines were unfit for self-government and needed to be educated, uplifted, and Christianized, stating the same racial and paternalistic logic used by European empires. There are some differences from European imperialism also. European empires usually established former colonies where they ruled directly over people and territory. The US often used indirect control by influencing governments or creating procurates rather than fully fledged colonies. Was there negative effects on those nations which the US expanded or seized territory? Yes, there were negative effects on those nations which the US expanded or seized territory. The nations the United States seized or controlled during its imperial expansion experienced major negative effects ranging from loss of sovereignty to violence, cultural suspension, and long term economic dependency. Over 200,000 Filipino civilians died from violence, famine, and disease, a number confirmed by Stanford University's historical research. Puerto Rico also suffered politically and economically. After 1898, the US denied Puerto Ricans the right of self determination that created long term dependency, as documented by the Library of Congress. Cuba, which was promised independence, was forced to accept the Platt Amendment, which allowed American intervention in Cuba without their permission. These were some of the negative effects on those nations which the US expanded or seized territory. Thank you for taking your time watching this video. I have uploaded the links of the sources and citations in the description. Thank you for watching.